For so long, we've been here, we've been trying to break.
Hi, and welcome to another fundicative edition of the Springboard Hangout. The Springboard Hangout, as you know, is a program where we have fun, enjoy ourselves, but also learn some important stuff about life. You can hear something in the background, and today is all about playing video games. We are actually going to play in the studios. You can see my seat here because I have some people in the studio that I intend to beat today. Today is about life as a video game. And we have here in our studios the esports group, which is ably led by Maximus and Ametorgoh, as well as Ghana's champion of esports racing, Mr. Saki Quarcopoome, here in studio. And I said I'll beat him all. But you know, as for me, I can do all things. So is it possible? Don't go anywhere because you're going to learn about esports today, and most importantly, why it is necessary to play games as you go along in life. Don't go anywhere. Call a friend and that child of yours who likes playing esports. Today, it is his or her time to be with us in the studios. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. When we come in, we will learn all about esports. Thank you.
Machonyegbe aji machonyeji akafu machonyenuse awago nambawu esiayi machonyegbe aji machonyeji akafu machonyenuse awago nambawu esiayi. For my way, Machonye nuse awago. For my way, oh, Machonye nuse awago. Namawu esiayi. For my way, oh, Machonye nuse awago. Namawu. Hey, you can give the Lord a dance in this place. Come on. Come on, everybody.
York's Rent a Car. I need a car in 15 minutes. Hi, I'm Jake Morris, and I travel globally. But when I'm in Ghana, York's Rent a Car is my reliable choice for safety and comfort on the road. York's Rent a Car provides comprehensive logistics services to mainly blue chip companies as well as individual clients.
At the time, we needed a car rental service, and York's fitted in very well per our standards.
Their services is top notch. Drivers are on time.
It was beautiful to see them behind the wheels. And anytime they pick up a guest, the guests were very, very happy.
Already? Excellent. York's Rent a Car provides services and expertise that include meet and greet services at the airport, car rental, driver personal outsourcing, and vehicle detailing. What's the problem? Yo, I told you, York's Rent a Car delivers world-class service to its customers, having their highest safety and comfort in mind. So watch him. Two of us are open for him. York's Rent a Car runs 24/7 operations where customers can make car reservations and inquiries of our services online and also call our hotline.
Welcome back. You know, we are in the esports world right now. And as I said, I have Maximus and Saki. Saki I've known for 100 years now, haven't I? Yes, and Saki, what makes you enjoy playing video games? I mean, because I know it as video games. Tell me, what makes you enjoy playing video games?
I found my purpose in video games after looking for my life's calling for so many years.
What do you mean?
I knew there was something about me that made me different, and I spent my life searching for it. A couple of years ago, I was thinking through all the things I do that really drive me, and I realized it was video games. So I asked my wife, what one thing do you know me to have done most consistently in all the years you've known me? And she said video games, and I said, that's where I'm going full time.
So you are trying to tell us that you're just going to play for the rest of your life? Or is there some nuance that we must understand?
There's a nuance.
Okay.
A very peculiar one. So, as you know, I've been around the graphics world for quite some time. And through these video games, I've discovered a way of doing branding and advertising within the video games.
Okay.
So that's what I do and I get paid for it.
We'll find out later whether what you get paid for is really good or otherwise. But I tend to think that it would be good. So we'll find out that. But Maximus, I know you for online social media stuff. Then one day I heard you say, oh, I have an esports academy. How different is esports from video games?
So esports is the bracket, the umbrella bracket, and the video games is under it.
Okay.
Right, so electronic sports, that's what it means. So a virtual version of the traditional sports. So from football to table tennis to golf to boxing, we have all of them in the virtual space. Right, so we have all the various games that we play traditionally. And then we have the racing and puzzle games, Ludo and Owari, and the rest are all virtualized now. So you can play them with anybody anywhere in the world.
Owari.
Yes.
Are
So
you?
Owari, 3D developed right here in Ghana.
Who developed it?
Yeah, one etc. called one we have forgotten the full name yet.
And because actually when we're doing this series, I said I wanted to play Owari in the studios. And I couldn't get any good Owari person to play the thing in the studio. So you're trying to tell me that I can actually play virtual Owari here in the studios because it's now an e-game.
Exactly. So we have it on the mobile phone.
On the mobile phone, just like how we have chess and we have the draft, all those games,
Yes.
we can now play Owari. Guys, you had it here that we can play Owari on our phones. We don't have to go anywhere. We don't have to have the actual marbles. But you know, when I was attempting to research for our setup today, I realized that there are things that people do in terms of the fact that games are supposed to have an objective. What is the objective of video games?
So video games, they're not totally different from traditional. So you build your muscles, you build your resilience. That's a traditional. Now you can build your strategy skills, for example, problem solving skills. You can what they call your vision, right? So it builds your vision too as well. So especially those who play shooting games. They develop their vision, just like the way you go into an optical shop when they tell you to mention this particular alphabet or symbol.
Are you telling me something?
So when you're playing video games, there's a proof that it develops your eyesight, because you are supposed to pick the shades of colors, identify your enemy within an environment and shoot the person. And your brain works faster with your eyes to be able to identify your target and then shoot to as well. The coordination between your brain and your hands is improved when you play video games, because you are an avatar in the video game. So if you are shooting somebody, because you don't want to be short, you want to be faster, so your eyesight has to be very sharp, and then your response to has to be very immediate. So that's how you win in the video games. So your problem solving, your strategy, and then your visual, what they call acuity skills. So how well you can see.
Because I was always of the view that actually playing the video games rather weakens your eyesight.
No, so there's of course any screen that you plant your eyes on for a very long time without moving it away, of course, will disturb your eyes. But when you are playing the games, it's not something that you have to be squinting or straining your eyes to play. So depending on your age, of course, you want to either play on a tablet or mobile or on the TV screen.
On the TV screen, as we are doing now.
And we also have a health component where we have what they call 20-20, like 20-20-20. So every 20 minutes, you look away 20 meters for like 20 seconds. Right, so that's how you train your eyes. So it's something that has been proven. A doctor wrote about it in the esports health sector.
I see.
Yeah.
Saki, I saw you nodding when he was talking about your eyesight being better. When I know that there's something that you do when you are playing your games. When was it last year that you won the MTN?
Yes.
Award?
Yeah, the tournament.
The tournament.
Yes.
You won. How much did you win?
5,000.
5,000. That was the first time that you won an award, or?
For competitive sim racing, yes.
For competitive
simulation racing.
Simulation racing.
We call it sim racing for short.
Sim racing. I see. Right. So where in this space do you find yourself, moving? Because I know that this is like junior level for you now.
Well, yes.
This is junior level for you.
Yes,
and if I beat you at the junior level. No, I want to be sure, because I have to beat you today.
Well, I do this at various levels.
Okay.
Both at the junior level and at the professional level.
Oh, professional level.
Yes.
Are you telling me that we now have amateur esports and professional esports?
Yes, I'm a professional esports player.
You are a professional?
I am.
Are you?
Yes.
No, your yes was not strong.
No, of course, I do sim racing too as well.
But
and I also, because I also compete in other tournaments.
Are all your competitions here in GH, or are they? Do you do the virtual world competition?
And that's a fascinating thing about video games. So, for example, Owari, you can play with a friend in Kosovo or in Afghanistan, and it's the same Owari. You don't need to be physically present by a physical Owari to play it. So you can play it virtually. The same when you're doing the sim racing, you can race with anybody anywhere in the world connected to the same gaming platform, and then you can race. The same way I play mobile games on my phone, I play with people I don't even know. All you know is their gamers, the name of the gamer, not even the real name. And you are supposed to beat the person. And then when you win, you get a score to your account, or they give you some points or coins to your account.
And they unlock some level for you.
Exactly. So whether it's shooting, whether it's football, table tennis, basketball, lawn tennis, or whatever, golf, you can play with anybody, anywhere in real time.
So I know that sometimes when we are doing stuff, we tend to, in the real world, we cannot say that this is how we win the game. But the advantage sometimes, or is it almost always, of video games is you can actually say that I won this. Does it have any psychological benefit in being able to predict the outcome of a game before you even, because you know that once you can master it, I mean, you've won. Does it have any psychological benefits?
Of course, when you win, it boosts your morale is boosted, right?
Okay.
Anytime you win. And then yours is to make sure you understand all the elements and the mechanics of the game, making sure that you have the right, competence to, beat the other person. That's all you need. And then when you beat the person, beat first, second, third, fourth, and then you engage in competition and you win, then you realize, hey, I have built competence to some level that I can, play with anybody and try my chance and see whether I can still win with the kind of skill that I have. So that is a video game. And if you are losing, the video game does the scoring. It's not like somebody else doing the scoring for you. So.
And then you may be cheated.
No. When you are playing football and you don't play it when they score you, you can see it yourself.
Yeah.
It's not the referee in the football game that was bribed.
That's in the end, people will go on the field and beat them.
There's no VAR in the football space. When
or somebody pretending that you touched me and I fell. When another
exactly.
you did not do anything.
Yes.
In this case, you can predict.
Exactly. So the regulations are programmed into the game. So if you are racing and you go off the track, they will deduct points from you.
They'll penalize you with a time.
You mean if we are going around this track and I go off it, I'll be penalized.
You go and hit another object or hit your opponent's car.
I promise I will. Because that's the only advantage we have if we are playing in the video game. Because in real world, if I hit someone, the person would have, there'll be an accident. I have to stop. Maybe I have to bring some ajekuti within there and all sorts of things. But in the video game, I can hit you, but you penalize me.
That's the beautiful thing.
Yes, the video game will do the penalty. You don't enforce it. Neither your opponent will do that. So there's a mutual, judgment, like a clear judgment, credible judgment when the two of you are playing.
So it removes any bias.
There's no bias. You kill all that in the video game.
Are you sure that the video game does not have any bias in terms of racial?
Oh no.
That's a racial bias, I'm not sure.
Actually, looking at this particular game, for instance, you find representation from everywhere but Africa.
Why?
Because Africa isn't actively involved in motorsports, and this is used for proper motorsports.
So all the tracks you see here are real.
They're
real simulation of the real tracks that you see.
So this is from Fuji, in the Fuji Raceway in Japan, where they hold Formula One.
Okay.
It's a Formula One track here.
So then, one of my dreams, aspirations, everything is to actually race a Formula One car. So please, one of these days, you just try and get me onto a Formula One race track.
Nice.
So you're telling me that technically I'm doing a Formula One race when we go on an IBT.
Yes.
Right. So then, if this racetrack actually works, you are saying that we lack people from African backgrounds who would go around this track and win it. Why? Because esports, technically, from a discussion we've held, esports is not an exclusive game for just people from a particular region. So why is it that we don't have us playing more of the esports?
You see, I think exposure. I'm sorry if you are in a country where they do racing and the rest, at the age of maybe 6 or 5, you know what it is.
Okay.
Right? Ghana, when you are well bearded before you start learning about the racing. But those of us who started with the video game racing, we know what it is. We have interest in Formula One racing, so we go for the viewing parties and the rest. So you know there's some passion and interest there. We love cars and we love to race. And with the virtual space, there's nothing like accident, your car is broken or you injured somebody. That is simulation, the freedom to, you know, wheel yourself around the track and come out as a winner or come out fulfilled. You don't need to always win. Sometimes there's a thrill and the feeling of racing. That's all gets you excited. So we need to expose people to it. We need to get people exposed to this particular sports. The young people, very young age, they should learn. In fact, somebody who uses a sim racing setup was able to beat Lewis when they were racing.
In terms of virtual or
the
actual?
Virtual, the sim racing.
Okay,
so
he beat. Yeah.
Exactly.
I think they should have done. So in this case, he has identified something whereby we have a game, a virtual game, that there's a strategy that you need to use to win this game, saying that once we are able to do this over and over again, we can actually be the professionals. Now, you said now you are dedicating your life. That's your life mission now.
Yeah.
So how does your life mission, apart from getting contracts to do virtual designs, how does your life mission tie into making this racing problem, or actually esports, something that is going on across GH?
Okay. So 2 years ago, when the pandemic hit, it didn't change my lifestyle.
Okay.
I looked at it, I was like, okay, life will go on as usual. Everybody's life will change. But the reason for which I've been doing this thing for all these years and been called crazy is going to bear fruit. So what I did was I stayed in my bedroom with my kids and I was racing with people online. I was designing, I was learning more about cars, more about driving, more about motorsports. And then I had a couple of conversations with people and they were like, you know, you should extend this branding thing that you do. You should extend this branding thing that you do. And I had a few other conversations and I produced something with this very game that documents our political history from 1992 through to 2020. The outcomes of our elections in each of the years, 92, 96, 2000, 2004, 2008, 2012, 2016, 2020. We depicted it all as a car race between the NPP and the NDC, and I branded all those cars. That video's on YouTube.
So you're telling that you've actually been able to use this game to do a historical lesson.
Exactly.
To show how the races went and how, I mean, the elections
went.
results went, and how if a young person who you want to teach the political history of our country, we can use this esports to teach that political history.
Exactly.
Now that's an interesting way of using your passion to teach history, and that melds two domains together.
Exactly.
And I believe that implies that we could use that, apply the same principle in other fields. Is that possible?
So many other fields.
Like what?
So let's take Springboard, for instance. With all the Springboard clubs that we have across Ghana,
Yeah.
we can have a challenge because the students are in their rooms, they have the video games in their rooms, they are playing video games when they come back from lectures. The students who are in secondary schools are coming home, they are playing these video games. So you say, let's get a few of you together who are really good at these particular games. Let's have a tournament. We can have branding, we can have all the sponsors who sponsor Springboard, we can have them, we can design things for them. So whoever wins can get an internship, because maybe you're driving for UMB, for instance. You get an internship because you're driving for the UMB team.
That sounds very exciting. You're going to pitch that to them very soon. I can promise you that it's going to happen live and colored. And guys, when that happens, you know that we talked about it on the Springboard Hangout. It happened right live here. And today, for instance, the car I am driving, okay, I was going to say something, but it was so untrue that I have to stop immediately, because I was going to say that I designed, but no, it didn't happen. It was me who designed it for us. It has this our Hangout logo, going down the road at a very fast pace. It's happening live. So then we can have these things, these games that we together we will play with Esports Academy in the same studio, right?
Yes.
Actually, I was dreaming, when you brought the simulator and I did my first game. Albert was standing here and took a video of me. Guys, should I show you that video? No, I won't show it to you. Albert took a video of me and then sent it to our family WhatsApp group. So when Inshira saw the thing, he said, "Where? For the where?" And I said, when I come home and I said, let's play video games. He said, you won't teach me. Today I've got the video game and I'm playing it. Inshira said today, by all means, he's coming with me to work. And I said, I leave at 5 o'clock. He said, it doesn't matter. I'll get up at 5 a.m. so that I can come to work with you today. And that is what esports can do. I mean, a child that, if I tell him that, let's come to office, he'll be like, no. Who knows? We can make going to work with our children even more interesting, because we have esports areas in their office. Charles says that nice to be here with you again. Charles, thank you for joining us, and we are doing esports today. Don't worry. Once we come back from the break, you'll see me live and colored beating Nisaki. Nisaki keeps smiling. He doesn't believe I bet you it's going to happen live and colored. Prince says that, can we start playing the game? I want to see if I will win. I will win. I tell you, there's no two ways about it. But the thing is, they're not going to even teach me how to control. Kelly says, my children started playing games and I watched, you witnessed a drop in their academic performance. What is the way forward here? So now this is a challenge to you, because here we are installing the benefits of e-games. I mean, at least we talked about the physical benefits. We talked about some psychological benefits, like helping the person in terms of his strategy, helping the person in terms of understanding winning or liking to win, and therefore makes the person more competitive in the real world. I can even name the issue where in certain TV dramas, you see the doctors simulating an operation, so that they stimulate the operation before they actually go and do the operation. Look at all the possible scenarios, the bad scenes that could happen, the timelines, and so on and so forth. I mean, I watched that in The Good Doctor, and I thought that was really, really interesting. So Kelly says that her children or his children, I don't know whether this Kelly, okay, so the children their academic performance has dropped. How do we, in this case, turn the video gaming around for good? Because we have to, you see the good, or utilize the good parts of video gaming in
So first, the type of game the child plays.
Okay.
So if the child is not good in math, look for games. There are games on the Play Store and then whichever platforms where they can learn how to calculate using the video games. Number two, the schedule. There must be a timetable for playing the games and not playing the games. So you must set that rule. The child must understand it. Then you use the video game as an incentive. Do A, B, C, D, then you can play the game. If you don't do it, you won't play the game. Case closed. Do well, learn, perform better, you play video games. I will increase the number of hours. So use the video game as a bait or as a hook to incentivize the child. Otherwise, of course, you need to also check whether the way the education is being done, it may not be as interactive as the game the child has been playing. So the brain is blocked. It's used to a way of, an immersive way of learning than just textbook style of learning. Those are some of the things that we have. If we had more time, I would have brought a virtual reality, device where you wear it and you can learn about the planets, the galaxy, the part of the human body, parts of animals and plants, all wearing the VR, and it will teach you everything. If you put that thing on the child's, the face of the child, and they experience it first time, second time, whatever they are going to learn using the VR, they will not forget it, because it's an experiential way of learning than just the instructive. So we should look at that, the timetable, the scheduling, very important, the type of game the child plays, and then using the game as an incentive.
Right. Yeah. Kelly, I hope that's helped you, and I hope the child is still in the position where you can, effect some of these things, because if the child has now, his or her own phone and so on and so forth, so sometimes it's a bit challenging to effect some of those timetables and stuff. But Kelly, I hope that helped you. Right. I know some people. But let's go for a game changer break. When we return, we'll see how I beat Nisaki. It is a non-negotiable. I'm going to beat Nisaki.
Exactly.
We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Question. Does this look familiar? As children, we're taught to learn by copying, by fitting the mold. But the pressure to conform never really goes away. Picture a typical office. You're seeing people in suits, right? So what happens when somebody breaks this corporate mold? Today, our game changer is embracing differences. In the 1980s, Nav Bhatia migrated to Canada armed with an engineering degree and a suitcase full of dreams. But he had a problem. People wouldn't hire him because of his Sikh turban. Yet instead of complaining, Nav took a job as a car salesman. He was overqualified, but determined to prove that hard work trumps hate. And boy, did he prove it. In his first 90 days, Nav sold 127 cars, an all-time record. He went on to own 2 car dealerships, becoming a millionaire in the process. This allowed Nav to pursue his other passion, basketball. Since the Toronto Raptors were founded in 1995, Nav hasn't missed a single home game. His consistency led Raptors GM Isaiah Thomas to nickname him Superfan. And over the years, Nav has sponsored tickets for thousands of underprivileged youth to bring people together. So this year, when the NBA Hall of Fame finally announced a Superfan gallery, there was only one choice for the first inductee, Nav Bhatia, the original Superfan. The best part? The same turban that was rejected hundreds of times is now immortalized in the Hall of Fame. I leave you with the words of Superfan himself. Embrace what makes you different. It is your superpower. This has been the Game Changer with Jojo Okran. have a phenomenal week.
Right, welcome back. I mean, as you can see, I've started playing the game and I'm actually winning me at this moment, I think. Me is attempting to overtake me, but I think I am on my way to, can you see how I'm going around the curves? So here we are. I told them that they should let somebody else play this game because once I start, I won't be able to do this thing, but hey, they said I should play, so I'm playing. Right. Me, tell me, ooh, come on. Let me beat Nee, you have to fix this thing. Okay, right. So we are back on track. Nee, you're telling me about how you learned.
No, just relax. Step on it gently.
Nee, you're telling me about how you learn video games.
Yes. So, when I was a child, my dad bought a computer for us. And he started teaching me programming. And I made a point to learn the programming because of the games that were on the computer. Because they were all hidden behind commands. And I couldn't play the games unless I could understand how to work my way around the codes. So it got me interested in computers, and I started learning how to program so I could get to games, which led me to following games almost my entire life, because I always wanted to find something that would enable me to play, and those things were hidden behind the computers. So I learned how to use the computers properly.
So you're telling me that because, you know, Nee was one of those people that we used to go around the country with. And he was helping us with our computer stuff. So you're telling me that you did that because Nee, you have tempered with my game. You have tempered with my game. Because yesterday when I was playing this thing, I was winning. Now you're making me go all around the place. Nee, no. Nee knows. Nee knows that I'll win the thing, so when he came earlier, because I wasn't here, Nee tempered with the things. Can you imagine?
Wow!
Such kululu underhand games. Okay, so Nee, here we are playing this game, and yet, my Formula 1 car, you're not letting me enjoy the game.
It's possible it may be a setting I changed.
Yes, you changed something because yesterday it was really good. I was really enjoying this thing so much so I didn't even want to go home, and I had to leave reluctantly. And I saw one of the reasons why some people find gaming addictive. So sorry, Maximus. Before we went on the break, you were showing us how somebody could potentially earn a little bit more, or not earn a little. In this case, we're talking about how it can. You're talking about, I told you not to be, that I shouldn't be the one. Okay, now let me just go out all out. At least I can go about 180 at this part of the track. My final lap.
You're talking about how people can make money, a living of.
Yes. Yes, how people can make money out of this? Is this sustainable in the long run? Can you really make a career out of playing games?
Yeah, because we have a lot of people, especially outside Ghana, who make a living out of playing video games, of course, as a hobby. Some even as professionals. So even all the Premier League teams, they all have their esports teams, for example.
They do.
Yeah, so.
Oh yeah.
So now you can watch them play, you know, the FIFA, Premier League.
Yeah.
Exactly. They play that. In August, we'll be sending gamers from Ghana to go and compete with other people from the Commonwealth countries in Birmingham.
Okay.
In August. So Ghana will organize the qualifiers and send people there. We'll go to Istanbul for another competition in November.
So is it possible that I can come?
Yeah, so if why not? If you participate in the qualifiers and you win,
I will win.
yeah, and we don't handpick the people who represent Ghana. You have to qualify to represent Ghana. In South Korea and China and the rest is big. The esports thing is very big. You have even the camps where the students.
Camps?
Yeah, so the student, they train you. You become like they house you. You go to school, come back and come and play. You have a nutritionist. You have a physical education.
No way.
Yeah, they have all that.
No
Ghana,
way.
we are in the wilderness.
Are you serious?
Exactly.
It's like you have an actual academy first.
Academy, yes, exactly.
Yes.
So that's what inspired the esports academy that I formed.
You started, okay.
Exactly. So train and tool people to become professional gamers. And you know, most of the drones we talk about, they are simulators. Somebody is sitting, the young people are sitting in some container or room somewhere, and they drive the drones to go and shoot and fight. All the warfare stuff.
I told you, I won the thing. I won the thing. I heard you saying what? Guys, I won. Guys, I won. And I cheated. You see, there I am.
Yeah. So you've done well.
6 minutes. No, that's what this one.
So, you know, some of the even the games that are organized, the pot prize or the prize pool is bigger than some of the traditional sports like lawn tennis and golf and the rest. Yeah, because some of the
Can I have the remote to reduce the sound a little?
Some of the tournament they have as high as $32 million pot prize for the winners, not organizing the tournament. For the winners.
You said they have how much?
$32 million. So one of the games, Dota, that was the pot prize. They have Fortnite, they have League of Legends, they have Counter-Strike. They have all these games. They have 8 million, 3 million, 12 million pot prize.
Pot prize, $8 million.
Exactly. Even the 32 million one, it was a young guy, I think 14 years, who won. He won 12 million for the first prize. You know, people play lawn tennis, they don't win 1 million.
1.5, and we say that, oh, that is a lot of money.
Yeah, so I think we need, as a country, government must have a policy. They are forming an esports federation that we are part of. So
really?
Yes.
Exactly. So the esports association is a pillar in that, so that we can train young people. They become professional, responsible gamers, and they can represent Ghana at any tournament and beat people and win pot prizes for the country.
Okay, maybe I didn't hear that well. Let me get you're telling me that esports is such a big competition globally,
Yeah.
that we are able to win pot prizes
Yes.
of up to $8 million, $10 million, which is even more than what Roger Federer was 1.5. Usually it's 1.5. Sometimes it's $2 million that they win. Or Nadal or Djokovic.
For all the training they will do.
Or for all the training that they do. But esports, so they have to do a lot of training.
Exactly. They do a lot of training, but you can see the difference. So there's the era where you think the traditional should be, more lucrative is way gone, right? People who are even game developers, game developing companies make more money than even movie production houses. So the highest grossing movie, Avatar, was 2-point-something billion. The highest grossing video game, Pokemon, is 90 billion. The 40th highest grossing video game is 2.8 billion.
2.8, that means that it's even beating Avatar, the highest
movie
that they use so much money in creating it, and it was the top of the whole
world.
So the video game industry is actually bigger than movies, music, streaming times 2.
So are you trying to tell me? Are you trying to tell me that you are moving ahead of the curve?
That's why I believe in what I'm doing. I believe that my time has come.
Oh wow!
This is it.
And this is a ground that is now beginning to grow in
It's
GH.
niche.
And you are the one who understands it, the one who has started, I mean, finding parts in it, and you are the one that they need to come to for the the insider revelations.
Something
And
of the sort.
the concept of the metaverse is video game.
Yeah.
What Mark Zuckerberg is talking about
yes.
is video game.
Yeah,
And that's the
yeah.
next phase of the internet.
Yeah.
Where you bring presence into with the web. So your website will not be text and pictures and videos, but you will be present within that space. And it's a video game engine they are using to build all that.
So, Ni, are you a versatile metaverse person?
Metaverse, not yet. I'm still learning from Maximus.
Oh.
He's a guru in the space.
He's a guru in the space.
He's a guru in the
You're trying.
metaverse space.
Oh, but you've not told me much about that. I mean, I know we've geared out a
cockpit you are
little
sitting
bit.
on, most of my money, I'm sure my wife wouldn't be happy, but because of the future, the vision that we have for that space. That's why we are doing a lot of investment within that space, forming the academy and training people, tooling people. In fact, the young people are going to be the next phase where we're going to train them to be responsible gamers, and then how they can even monetize that skill or hobby without forfeiting their education. We are not for that, right? So you have to play the game as a hobby.
Okay.
Whilst you are going to school as well. In fact, some universities give you scholarship as an esports athlete. So that's what, so we've been engaged some of the universities 2 weeks ago on some of the course, and we are arranging that so that some of the esports athletes can be given scholarships to attend school in the US. It's in the works.
Guys, you heard it here at the Springboard Hangout that you actually can get an esports scholarship.
Yes.
What are you trying to say?
Yeah, that is the future, right? So if you can play video games, a university will give you a scholarship, you hone and develop that skill, you can become competitive, you represent the university in other competitions, you build that skill, just like the traditional
The new knowledge
sports.
base. That's the new
Now
knowledge
people,
base.
even, some of the military, they are now recruiting gamers.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
the military, the armory is being virtualized, so you don't need to be physically present in an aircraft or in a drone. Now we even have captainless ship, so somebody must control that. Those are the people they need, and they will go for the gamers.
For instance, let's take a more traditional line of work, like in media, video switching. Video gamers are more likely to get a job for video switching than people who don't have experience with video games. Because with video games, you have so many different controls that your hands need to map to, your fingers need to map to, without having to look at them. Which comes to the same thing when you're using a mixer board for switching. You have to know where your buttons and where everything is.
Without looking on it, and it's being part of you.
Yeah.
So when I got trained in video mixing, one of the reasons why they picked me to train me was because of my proficiency with video games. The Belgian guy who trained me just told me, "Oh, you're a gamer," and I showed him some of my content. And he said, "Oh, wow, you shouldn't have a problem. Do this, do this, do this." Within a couple of hours, I was running things on my own. So it can create alternate career paths that you can use to support yourself.
Wow. Guys, I beat him, but somehow I hear our time is gone.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't see how we did it, but the time is gone. And I think one of the key things that I have learned today is the fact that, number one, video games are the path for the future. They are the path for the future because now we are building or having young people whose primary mental world is in the video games. We need to be able to encourage our young people to look at how they can use the facility productively. As they didn't come here to do what do you call it, an advert for esports, but I definitely think if we can get somebody who can support our young people, I think finding out from esports what they can do. You can call Maximus. Maximus, can you give us what number we can reach esports?
0244 767 801.
0244 767
801.
Yes, kindly call them and find out more about how your young people can be part of this new universe that we are building. Because we need to be there, we need to be able to play there, and you also who knows, your child may get an esports scholarship, full scholarship, so that he or she can become what he or she is destined to become. This Sunday, we are hosting Bellamundi on Springboard, your virtual university. So do not miss Albert and Bella on the virtual university at 7 p.m. On either Joy FM or on Facebook Live, as well as on YouTube. And until we come away again, don't go anywhere. Remember, please, can I beat you? Let's go one more time. And God bless you. We love you. We are out. We are going.
Volume, please.
Volume. We need volume. We are going. See you until I come your way and see you next week.